What's up guys, how y'all doing? Cosmic Carry here, I'll bring you another World of Tanks video, and today I shall be in my T-69 Tier 8 American medium autoloader, part of the autoloading line leading up to the T-57. And this is it's an okay tank. I would say it's a meh tank. It's, pardon me, turn down that sound a bit. And it is a pretty decent machine. It's very different from the French autoloaders due to the fact that in between each clip there's a reduced amount of reload time, but because of that you have a reduced amount of shells, so it's kind of like a balancing, a wargaming balancing thing, etc, etc. And you can see I'm in a tier 9 match, Prokhorovka, and instantly I load in and I say to myself, okay, I'm going to be the scout, I'm going to go down the middle. I know I normally always go down the middle, but if you're on the left flank, you're on the left flank. You know, there's pros and cons to being on the left flank. You know, nobody can flank you from the left, only from the right. So, you know, it's not a dumb thing to be on one side or the other. But I saw instantly, okay, there's only two of us kind of coming down here, and we don't really have a scout, so I'm going to be the scout, and I like to have situational awareness of the battle. I don't like to be, in my personal opinion, if you're in a heavy, then your job is to work on one flank. But if you're on a medium or a scout or this or that, you know, the whole battle in general is kind of your job, so to speak. And if you're in a medium or absolutely, you know, mediums are there for flanking, but this is Prokhorovka. This is Prokhorovka. There's not really, you know, the flanks are kind of open and bare, and etc, etc. And this Prokhorovka is about situational awareness and sniping. You know, those factors really do come into play when it comes to Prokhorovka. Can I get this? Can I get this? Oh, come on, first kill. And this tank is very, very decent, but it has god awful pen. You know, again, it's like a balancing thing. You have an autoloading gun, but you get terrible pen. So when it comes to this tank, it's all about those side shots. It's all about what's happening right now. You know, these beautiful side shots. If you're spending way too much time there, if you're it's about side shots and it's about weak points. But having said that, when it comes to weak points, you're talking about the front of the tank, and you have no business facing an enemy in a T-69 due to the fact that you hardly have any armor whatsoever. Whatever is going to hit you is going to pen you, and it's going to cause damage. So bottom line with the T-69, it's about those side shots, you know, those flanking shots. And on this, in this game, I do get extremely lucky because nobody challenges me for the middle at all. You know, nobody challenges me for the middle at all, and I'm hardly ever lit up. And I take advantage of the left hand side and the right, you know, the right hand side as well, by getting these wonderful, amazing side shots. And the game kind of plays out perfectly for my tank. Keep in mind there is one piece of arty, and so there's that to consider as well. You know, I was very apprehensive coming up here, and I would only be lit up for so much. No, don't expose yourself for too long, absolutely. But another thing I kind of like about this tank is where the gun is in relation to the top of the tank. You know, they kind of almost match each other up, so you can kind of peek over just enough, so to speak, and not expose. You know, there's no turret, there's no weak point when it comes to there's no tumor on top of the tank or anything like that. So I finally got that shot eventually. And yeah, so that's another thing I like about this. You know, the top is nice and flat almost. And so I'm just talking about, you know, taking advantage of all the positives of this tank, I guess. Sort of kind of STI. He's turning this turret. No way I'm going to get shots on target there. You know, that massive turret. No way I'm going to pen unless it's completely flush, you know, the sides to my gun. So keeping an eye on the situation. I'm in a very strong position here. Tortoise, I do get lit up, but it's worth it. I say all the time, risk and reward. Lit up way too long, but you know, I can see there's a kill here, and there we go, I get the kill. And I always mention this, it's about risk and reward. And I thought, okay, you can risk this because the reward is we're going to take out a tortoise. We're going to take out a tortoise, and a tortoise is a mean machine, you know, even though it's only forward facing. But, you know, that quick reloading gun. And he's one tier above me, and he needs to be taken out. So I was willing to take a little bit of damage in order to get the kill. You know, I've shut down an extremely potent and strong gun there, so good to go. So scooting up here, what can I see? Trying to gain again, you know, situational awareness. I know there's a low down below. Want to light him up for my arty if at all possible, or for anybody else for that matter. And now I'm gonna try, if at all possible, get some side shots into him. Can I? And there he is. No, nothing there. No, don't even risk it. You know, there's a long way to go till the end of the game. Battles are about more than just one tank. No, I'm being lit up way too quick, way too fast. I have to expose myself considerably in order to get shots on target. You can see me poking, moving forward and seeing, you know, when my sixth sense is popping up. Possibly, maybe, if he pops up, oh yep, here we go, and he kind of walks into my shot, and now he's retreating, and no, I don't think I'm going to get that. No, I didn't get that, but I did manage to get one decent shot in. Tiger looks like he's crossing the railroad tracks. Yes, he is. Beautiful, easy, and again, you know, I'm risking here. And there you go, same thing, just like the tortoise. But having said that, you know, but these are big Tigers and tortoises. These are big, massive tanks, and they need to be taken out. They're TDs, they're hanging in the back, in the bushes, they're not lit up, and you know, those kind of tanks, they carry games. You know, me and my little T-69, I most definitely do not carry games. You know, I'll assist in the carry of the game, but you know, tortoises, hold down. Same goes for the Tigers. Hello, sir. Oh, I was very lucky there. He turned at the last second. I'm considerably low health. That was a Super Pershing. He gets taken out. Good to go. I mean, we're leading 9-7. We are pushing into enemy territory, but I've seen these games go south in the blink of an eye. You know, you cannot take these games for granted. And is that low still down there? Yeah, there he is, and we are good to go. There you go. He gets taken out. Only four bad guys remain. I'm lit up. Pull back. Yes, of course. I think anybody could guess that, you know, the bad guys are back there. And you can see I've loaded up premiums, and that's because of the fact that, you know, you don't get that many shells in this tank. You really don't. Okay, you can do this. Ah, there we go. Took out 3 snipers. Pretty good. Loaded up premiums again. All we have left is I think it was a T-28. Yeah, and then the SDI. Yeah. Yeah, there he is, Mr. SDI. I am lit up though. Sniper's still in play, so he could most definitely, you know, take me out. Rolling in, good to go. Great game there, great game. Yeah, T-28. I don't have any equipment loaded up, you know, the aim circle to assist with that. You know, I would highly recommend that. This was a very, very lucky game. A very lucky game where the sides of the tanks were just exposed galore for me, and I can pen those all day long. But this tank, it's just a support tank. It's nothing more, nothing less. You can assist, like I said, in carrying games and helping out, but it's just a support tank. You know, go where your heavies go where your mediums go, and hand back, second line, etc., etc. Hope you guys enjoyed. Take it easy. Adios, muchachos.